Armand reading Alfred Voorhees. Okay.
Okay, so we're just covering up this side because there's some information there, and I don't like seeing information before I read something. It kind of defeats the purpose. So right here, I just have the photos of him,
Yes.
and there's another photo behind this that I was able to see. All right, so this, okay, all right, I'm getting, it's funny, I do a reading on this like I do when I read people.
Yeah, he's strong. He's strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
Very strong when he comes in.
He won't leave me alone, so.
It feels like there's a punishment that gets given to him or done to him. There's a punishment. And it's almost like, I don't want to say treason, but a sense of turning his back on and death occurring at his fingertips. And this is where I'll say a good energy up until a certain age bracket at one point, but really had some abuses that happened to him growing up and over time, like some pretty bad ones, and then it all unleashed. And this is really on the dark side of things. This is negative and dark, and this is hurtful to so many people around him. And not that it should be an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth, but it feels like, what was given back to him was what they thought deserved, that this is what you get back. It bordered on the line of torture, what they did back to him again, which I know people do harm to people, but I don't know how much that's okay to do that back. Now you're just as bad as, in a way, as to what he was doing. So irregardless of that, I do feel him around. I don't feel where he is right now that he's evil, where he is at all. I feel like he's strong, and he's done his penance. He's given back, and he's of aid and help to people here on the earthly plane. There is a very big I'm sorry from him, and it isn't just words, but it's done in feelings. So his work to undo what he did to humanity and to people and to, even animals, is to give back to the people that are on the earthly plane. So what I feel from this is a smile coming from him out of gratitude that we're doing this, because nowhere in history has it been that somebody's read this on camera and said, hey, this is what I'm seeing and feeling. This becomes a moment of conception in a way, where he comes and he's able to be here and his life being talked about. If he could roll the tape back of time, he would have undone what he did, but he was, and I feel alcohol around him as well, that there's a great, and not that we blame it on alcohol, but there's a big amount of drinking that happens there. It's almost like he led people into their death. They got led to their death. So he's a good energy nonetheless, and there is help that he gives toward others. And I feel like a rescue, like there's a rescue that was done at one point, Okay. So I'm trying to feel what else. He does feel like he has two sons. There's two males that come through. I'm not even sure if he knew that he had sons, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like two people getting pregnant and then, him not realizing it or knowing about it. I'm trying to feel what else about him. I just feel a lot of regret from him and a lot of gratitude that, he's been able to move forward and to make amends and undo what he did.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to show, and I won't read
Go
the
ahead.
other.
He actually was in the Civil War.
Oh, okay. So
and he was captured, sent to Andersonville prison.
Oh, is that what it is?
As a prisoner of war.
Prisoner of war.
And this is what they did to them. It was like the Holocaust. His paperwork here says he was in Libby prison. And I searched for a week to try and find him in Libby, where he died. The family never got him back.
No.
They never got him back, and they thought he was buried at Libby prison. Right. I found that he was starved to death at Andersonville in Georgia. And I made the shadow box up because I found all this information. But his sister was the only one. She ended up getting his diary.
Right.
The last 10 days.
Yeah, and this is, as I mentioned earlier, this is like punishment or giving back to him what they thought was
right.
Right. And he really is he's a good energy underneath all of this. You know, he's really...
Well, nobody should have that done
Nobody.
to them, right? Nobody.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. So, and it happened to tens of thousands of prisoners during that war. So, on both sides, not just on that side. They just didn't have the resources to take care of them. So, should just let him go. But thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I didn't really have a lot of questions. He's just a hanger-on, and I can't.
He is, but I
can't get rid of him.
I like him. He's like
I like him.
He's good for the shop, good for you. Like, he's around, and just today I'll say again, is a day that marks him really being proud and really being grateful that this is being shown, you know, and put out there.
He won't leave me alone.
Right.
He's one of those.
He likes you.
He likes me. Okay, thanks, Armand.
You're welcome.